save up to €850 on the purchase of a Pixel 10 Pro. Let's take a look right away at how to take advantage of the trade-in promotion offered by Google for the purchase of the new Pixel 10 devices, which were unveiled yesterday, August 20th. Let's select the smartphone we want to buy. In my case, as I mentioned, I will be buying a Pixel 10 Pro. We arrive at the pre-order page. Let me remind you that the price starts at €1,099 for the 128GB version. Let's press the button to pre-order. First, let's choose the model of the Pixel, so either the 10 Pro or the 10 Pro XL. 10 Pro because we like its compactness. This year I am choosing the beautiful sidereal gray, while last year I got a Pixel 9 Pro in a lovely clay gray color. Personally, I believe that at least 256 gigabytes of storage are necessary to manage a Pixel or any smartphone decently without too many limitations. Here we are at the trade-in section. First of all, in this small section, I invite you to see how it works. Here are all the steps we need to follow. Specifically, we need to clearly indicate which device we want to return, then carefully prepare it, thoroughly reset it, and completely delete all personal data before sending it back to Google. We will send this smartphone to be returned using a package specifically provided by Google itself, and in the end, after Google's trusted partner meticulously verifies the overall condition of the device, we will promptly receive our full refund. So, just to remind you, initially we have to pay for the Pixel 10 out of our own pocket. This isn't new. It worked the same way for the Pixel 9, okay? Let's see exactly how the trade-in process works. First, we will click here to indicate which specific device we want to trade in. In my case, it will be the Pixel 9 Pro that I purchased last year, also directly from the Google Store. Of course, it asks us to thoroughly evaluate the device and determine whether the device is in good condition, if there are absolutely no cracks on the screen, and if all the essential components are working properly. In my particular case, the Pixel 9 Pro is perfect, so we say yes, and basically our self-assessment process is done. We accept the terms of service, which I always recommend opening and carefully reading because there might be certain clauses that could potentially bother us. So we accept the terms and immediately see the exact amount that Google will refund us if the device is in the condition we declared. In our particular case, it's exactly €730. I remind you that the maximum you can get is €850. It's definitely a really great amount because basically the brand new Pixel 10 Pro would ultimately end up costing us less than €500, specifically about €470. So let's definitely opt for the trade-in and seamlessly add it to our purchase process. There's an additional and quite significant promotion this year, €75 off the purchase of the brand new Pixel Buds Pro 2. I personally don't need them because I already have them, but a very good friend of mine specifically asked me to get them for him, so I will definitely buy them and show you this other amazing promotion that lets you pay only €174 for them. Again, that's if you purchase them together with a Pixel 10 Pro. Of course, we can easily select the color we prefer. A sophisticated gray is perfectly fine in this particular case. Here we have the overall total price. So without considering the trade-in and already deducting the €75 discount on the earbuds, the precisely calculated total price comes to exactly €1,373. As you can see below, the value of this purchase is also indicated after receiving the refund from PCS Wireless, which is Google's partner handling the trade-in. If we click this link, we get more information about what's included in the box. Remember that there will no longer be a charger, but we'll only find the USB-C cable, okay? Let's get back to the purchase. So, as we were saying, we've seen that the value will drop to €643, which includes the Pixel Buds 2 at €174. So basically the Pixel 10 Pro will cost us €470 if we trade in a Pixel 9 Pro in excellent condition. Let's add it to the cart. It suggests that we buy accessories. Last year, I specifically bought the protective case because there was a rather small discount available on it. This year, I definitely won't be buying it together with the new smartphone. Also because with the innovative new Pixel Snap feature, that is its full support for all existing MagSafe accessories, I might actually get a very special and unique case. We'll have to wait and see. Let's go to the cart and complete the purchase with the trade-in just as a reminder. Alright, let's double check everything. The Pixel 10 Pro in its elegant stellar grey finish with a generous 256 gigabytes of internal storage completely unlocked. We will in due course have to return our current Pixel 9 Pro, for which we anticipate being fully refunded approximately €730, assuming it remains in truly excellent condition. Then there are the impressive Pixel Buds Pro 2, which I unfortunately have to give to a friend. Here too, there's an additional significant discount of €75, and so we ultimately get to the total. As I was saying, unfortunately the entire total has to be paid in full. After the trade-in device is thoroughly evaluated, we will actually receive the €730 refund then directly through the same payment method used for the original purchase, so completely to our credit card without any kind of issues whatsoever. So we can go ahead with the payment, hoping the bank doesn't give us any surprises. My shipping address is there, of course. Shipping is completely free of charge, and it generously includes the return process for what we'll be receiving, specifically the new Pixel, the Pixel Buds Pro 2. And this here is the dedicated package that will be utilized to send back the Pixel 9 Pro. The payment details are below. Let's avoid going there, just in case my credit card information shows up. The entire order summary is on the right. As always, I remind you that for the past 2 or 3 years, it's also possible to pay in installments on the Google Store through Klarna, which is another Google partner. In my case, we're placing the order, or rather the pre-order, by paying with a credit card. Now it should give us... No, we don't want to go with Klarna. What did I do? Did I select financing? Let's go back. No. Let me show you something else. Last year, I received a €25 credit for purchasing the Pixel 9 Pro and the case. It had a very long expiration date, so it stayed in my account, and now I'll get an additional €25 discount. Let's proceed to completely remove the installment payment option and instead utilize the credit card for this particular transaction. There's still the €25 voucher available along with the credit card. Now, the Play Store credit that I am currently using is also clearly and prominently shown here on the screen. This, on the other hand, is the significant savings I personally got from the Pixel Bud 2 and Pixel 10 Pro bundle. Let's proceed with the order. Bank screen, I actually assume. I'm starting to open the mobile app to authorize the payment process. Verify your identity. All right. Okay, let's proceed to authorize this action on my mobile phone, which will complete the process. Okay, your payment has been completed. Purchase complete, it's time to celebrate, says Google. Well, I'd say it'll be time to celebrate when the Pixel 10 Pro arrives. Right now, it's still a bit too soon. Of course, there are all the necessary instructions, for example, on how to properly set up a new Pixel. Let me remind you that among my videos, you'll find an excellent guide on how to completely reset your smartphone or your Pixel in this specific case, restoring the backup from your previous Pixel so you won't lose anything at all. Look for it among my videos, or maybe I'll leave the link in the description. Order number, and of course there are clear instructions on the very next steps to take. We will have to wait for the kit to completely repackage the brand new Pixel 9. We actually need to repackage it, remember, format it, and delete all personal data from the Pixel 9 Pro. We'll send it along with the kit, and after PCS Wireless has thoroughly and physically inspected the device, we will then receive our bank transfer of €730. Let me now show you in the orders, Let's proceed to the orders to carefully observe the specific order we have just recently placed. Here it is. Let's see if it gives us the delivery date, which I didn't even check because I was in a hurry. August 28th, 29th, I'd say that's excellent. Both the Pixel and the Buds are arriving. That's perfect. So that's all for today as well from Antonio Camarino, your dedicated Google product expert. If you have any lingering doubts, if you have further questions about this procedure, if you want to know what will happen in the next few days after the arrival of the Pixel 10, please follow me on the channel, subscribe, leave me a like, and recommend me to your friends, because very often Pixels aren't widely known by our friends, but when they see one in our hands, their eyes truly light up with hearts. Well, let's inform them when the time is right. Today you can pre-order the Pixel 10 Pro at an incredible price. Hello everyone, and thanks again for following me.